We are going to walk you through how to do a fabric location and an availability challenge. This is important to future funding for broadband in our state. First, you go to broadbandmap.fcc.gov/home. Type in your address, and it'll auto-populate which address fits you. So you just kind of click the one that matches your location. Hit the layer button, pick satellite. It'll make it easier to see your location. Zoom in. As you can see on this place, the fabric data point is placed on the shop. Now this is a broadband serviceable location, but we want to make sure that the homes are also marked. So we would click that mark, hit challenge location, fill in your name, email. This is a missing broadband serviceable location. Fill in your address, select residential. You can write here as a description that this is your home. You'll certify that this is you, and then select submit. To show how important this is, just in this local area here, we have another home that has the data point on a bin site, and the home is not marked. Let's go a little farther north. We have a home here that has no data point at all, not even one that's mismarked. There's just no data point here as well, no data point. This place has a home and a shed marked, but again, the house is not marked. So it's very important that people take the time to make sure that their homes or their bin sites where there is broadband that needs to be accessible is marked, so that we get the proper funding allocation for our state.
The other half of the challenge process is what's known as an availability challenge. Availability challenges are crucial to ensure that Nebraska will receive its fair share of broadband funding from the infrastructure bill, because the number of unserved locations without 25 by 3 megabits broadband service will determine our state's share of BEAD funds. It is important to remember that only fiber, copper, cable, and licensed fixed wireless will be considered in determining this number. Satellite internet and unlicensed fixed wireless will not be included. On the side of your screen, it shows the fixed broadband that is reported to be available at a given location. At this particular location, it shows each provider, the technology they're servicing the location with, and the speeds they report to be available at this location. For instance, we have Diode offering unlicensed fixed wireless at 10 by 1. We have HughesNet offering satellite at 25 by 3. We have LTD Broadband offering another unlicensed fixed wireless at 250 by 250. We have SpaceX offering satellite at 100 by 10. And we have T-Mobile offering licensed fixed wireless. However, it is below the 25.3 threshold at 0.2 by 0.2. We also have another satellite entry from Viasat at 10.1. And we have Windstream reporting copper or DSL service at 0.2 by 0.2, again, below the 25.3 threshold of service. However, the one reporting from US Cellular of licensed fixed wireless at 25 by 3 renders this location as being underserved rather than unserved, and therefore it will not count towards our state's BEAD eligibility. This is an instance where an availability challenge may be appropriate to be filed. Click on Availability Challenge at the top of that table. Scroll down to the appropriate provider, in this case, US Cellular, and click Select. For this particular type of challenge, you'll want to click Send My Challenge to the selected provider. If, on the other hand, you are dissatisfied with the speeds that you receive, you would want to click I'm giving feedback. Now here, you'll provide your basic contact information, and then for reason for challenge, you want to click one specific type of challenge. There are three that we want you to focus on. The first is that the provider does not offer the technology reported at this location. There are many instances of providers claiming to offer fiber service, whereas they instead offer cable service, which would be one example of that challenge category. It is also important to remember that a provider does not offer speeds reported to be available at this location is potentially the most important challenge category at many rural locations across Nebraska. If you log onto the website, as we will in a minute, you'll be able to see what sort of speeds they are actually offering, whereas you will be challenging the speeds that they are reporting. And lastly, which is also applicable in many instances, is that a wireless or satellite signal is not available at a location. A provider may say that they are unable to serve your location because there is no signal there, and this would be an appropriate evidence of that sort of challenge. In this case, click on the reported speeds. Now we'll go over the process of collecting the sort of evidence that you would need for a challenge to be considered by the FCC.
Now, in this location, the licensed fixed wireless company US Cellular says that this location can get 25.3. If a location is marked as having licensed fixed wireless of 25.3, it is not considered unserved. Instead, it is considered underserved and will not count in determining how much BEAD funding Nebraska will receive. So I went to www.uscellular.com and I asked about home internet in their online chat. Talk to them about home internet options in your location. Type in your name, your initial question, home internet, and start your chat. Once you have chatted, talk to them about what is available in your location. For most areas, for US Cellular, if you have a 4G network, the highest speeds that they can provide is 11 to 20 megabits per second, so much lower than the claimed 25.3. Once you're done with that conversation, you hit and you can hit end chat. You can type in your email and it'll send you the transcript when you're done. The other unlicensed fixed wireless claiming 25.3 in Nebraska is Viero. They also have a chat bar here where you can select what you want to talk to them about. In this instance, it is internet service. Click that, ask them those questions, see what is available in your location. In this one, when the chat is done, you just hit close. Later that day, they will send you a transcript of that conversation. Once you gather this information, bring it back. You can describe your experience. Tell them that you cannot get 25.3 at this location. You can attach a PDF, doc, or you can copy paste that chat, put it in this place here. Once you're done, you hit that you certify that it's you and click the submit button. We want to encourage as many people as possible to do this because the more people that respond, the more accurate those maps are going to be for the funding that's going to come to our state. Thank you for taking the time to do this, and please share with your friends.